Hey guys, welcome to Teens Liberia.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Alisa.
And I'm Rashida.
Our today's topic is teens insecurity. We are going to be discussing the causes, the effects, and how to overcome them. So to begin with, the simplest definition for insecurity is the lack of confidence. Getting to the causes, of course, there are so many causes of insecurity, but basically, I'm going to be discussing three. The first cause I'm going to be discussing is the recent experience of failure or rejection. Recent events in our life can greatly affect both our mood and the way we feel about ourselves. And according to research on happiness, it says that 40% of our happiness quotient is based on our recent life event. And that is 100% true, because if we had a happy event yesterday, and it been going on for a week or two and we did not receive any bad news, trust me, our mood is going to be constant. But there are some big negative contributors to our happiness. We have things like the death of a spouse, the ending of a dearly loved relationship, being jealous, heartbreaks,
Being jobless.
And having high expectations for things that you should not have high expectations for. So rejection inevitably makes us to see both ourselves and others in a negative way, and that causes insecurity. And you'll find out that for those people who have low self-esteem, they are more reactive to those kind of failures. For an example, if you had a job that you love so much, but unfortunately you happen to lose that job, you will start to question your self-worth. You will start to think about those negative things, and that is the feeling of low self-esteem, which will lead you to being insecure and causes insecurity. The second cause I'm going to be discussing is the lack of confidence in social situations or in social gathering. Many of us experience lack of confidence in social situations like parties, family gatherings, events like dates, and so on. And the fear of being evaluated by others or thinking that we lack certain potential can lead us to either feeling self-conscious or anxious about things. And as a result, we'll start to avoid social situations. We'll start to feel anxious whenever we anticipate ourselves in the social event, or we'll feel uncomfortable and self-conscious during them. And past experience is one of the main sources that can feed our sense of not belonging, not being or feeling important or interesting, or just not being good enough for anything we do. And for those people who grew up with critical parents or parents that pressure them in being popular or successful, they will be more sensitized about how others perceive them. And this type of insecurity is usually or generally based on distorted belief about your self-worth or about the way others evaluate you. And for those people who judge others, they are the ones who often hide their insecurities in them. They tend not to show it out, but otherwise they like to point the wrongs in others, see the flaws in others. And trust me, you don't have to worry about these people because their opinion does not matter.
And doing that, it makes you feel bad by yourself.
Yes, because they only focus on your superficial attribute. They don't focus on your true character and integrity. The third cause of insecurity, which is the last, is striving for perfectionism. Some of us, we have high standards in everything we do. We want the highest grades, the perfect partner, the ideal partner, the prettiest face,
Perfect body.
the perfect body, exactly, the well-furnished and decorated apartment, the best job,
Car.
the prettiest car, the latest brand. We want everything.
Latest phone.
The richest friends.
I tell you. But unfortunately, we forget to understand that life is not always the way we plan it. Even though we will work hard to the best of our ability, we cannot strive for perfectionism, because there are some things we do not have control over. Like job may be scarce, our bosses may be critical, and let me see, your partner may resist commitment in a relationship.
And our cars won't be real.
What? or we may have that gene in our body that will make it difficult for us to like have the skinny body, the nice appearance or whatsoever. But if we are constantly blaming ourselves or being disappointed for being anything less than perfect, we are only going to feel unworthy and insecure. Although it's good, like when you to work out on something you really want and it gives you the advantage, but other aspect of perfectionism is very, very unhealthy. So like blaming yourself for everything and want to be good enough, it will not help you. It will only make you to be more depressed, cause more anxiety. It will cause eating disorders, and you are going to be totally unhealthy.
So guys, I'll be discussing on the effect of insecurity, and I'll be giving you three or four major effects of insecurity. So as we all know, insecurity does not usually happen in teenagers' life only, but to elderly people and so on.
Go.
So the three effects of insecurity are obsession with social media, stop comparing yourself to others, and high level of stealing. Yeah. So first I'm gonna start with the obsession of social media. First of all, we all know that those teens or elderly people on Facebook are not living the right life. Not everyone must, like 98 or 80%. 85% of people and teenagers on the web or everywhere, they're not living the right life. They just want to be fancy to the camera and other people. So if you think you're gonna be looking at them and you think you will feel fine because you think feel fine and comfortable, then you ain't doing good for yourself. Because if you think you will be looking at your pictures, first you'll be condemning yourself because you're stuck to them and you're obsessed by their looks. And you want to get them, you want to get the things they are using. Most of them borrow from people. They like borrow the clothes, the shoes, and just, oh yes, I just want for people to give me likes. Yeah, because they just want likes and forgetting to know that the likes won't solve the problem they are facing at home. It won't help them in their offices, and it won't do anything positive in their lives. So that's the first effect of insecurity. The second one is stop comparing yourself to others. Forgetting to know that we all have our own personal talents and personal habits in us. So if you think you are going to compare yourself with others, it's not going to help you. The only person you think you can compare yourself with is yourself. Compete with yourself and stop competing with others, because you don't know what the person did to get something that you want to get, and you might want to go far ahead of them.
And sometimes too, it's what they can do. They can't leave there. When you go there,
and if you think, then that might lead you to you might want to be friends with that person because you think. You might want to be friends with that person because you think they might help you get what you want. And if they are putting you into it, they will tell you to do the same thing they're about to do. Most of them do. Most of them, when you're about to get in it, they get into lesbianism, sexual habits, and like prostitution, doing drugs and other stuff. And that's where the last effect of insecurity comes in. High rate of stealing. That's where you will go above your limits because you're so anxious to get what you want now, and you're gonna go above it, like going out to steal from your parents, whosoever. As long as you see something and you need it and you are very anxious to get it, you're gonna steal from anybody, anywhere, anytime, as long as it pleases you to get what you want. So that's all. That's the three effects of insecurity. So those are the effects of insecurity. If you want to feel secure with yourself, you gotta put all those negative thoughts at the back of your mind so that you can feel more comfortable with yourself and more impressed with the things you do, and not listening to others or doing what others does outside. So now I'm gonna give you the steps on how to overcome insecurities. But before I tell you that, you should know that there isn't a single person amongst us who don't have insecurity. Some are just good at hiding it or perhaps dealing with it. So I'm gonna give you 5 steps on how to overcome insecurity. The first one is you should forget the past. If your insecurity started from in the past when a relative or someone criticized you while you were young, or if you were being bullied at a very young age, realize it and then start to forgive them for their own good. You should put it in your own perspective, like they were driven by their own insecurities, like Hannah said, and you should forgive them for their bad behavior, because holding on to resentment isn't doing you any good. Then after forgetting the past, you move on to the second step. Accept all of yourself. Pause and take a self-assessment. Notice all the parts of yourself, both your body and your inner self, that you don't like. Not the part that people don't like, but the one that you don't like. See them for the imperfect part of your body that they are, and see and think about how you'll send them some love, and think about how you treat those imperfect parts of your body and make them perfect. Give yourself some assurance, some compassion, embrace all the parts of your body, because they are what makes you special and they are very, very wonderful. And then the third step is practice self-approval. If you notice yourself wanting someone else's approval, their praises, or their attention, first pause and replace that with self-approval. You can take away the power of other people approving you if you appreciate that power for yourself, because you don't need anyone else's approval but your own. That doesn't mean that you don't want connection with others or love. You can still love others and be loved by them while still being self-approved, because you have to accept yourself completely before other people can accept you, and you have to love yourself first. Now the third step is embrace non-comparison. Now this is a very big one, because it's something that we see especially in our teens' life. Comparing yourself to how others look, what they are doing, how much fun they are having, the type of house they live in, where they are traveling, isn't always a very active comparison. It's not doing you, it won't do you any good. Instead, when you see someone, instead of comparing yourself with them, see them missing as the apples to your orange. Be happy that they are having fun and be joyful for their successes. They can have fun and be happy on their own path, and you can have fun and be happy on your own path. If you see someone being awesome, just know you are also awesome, but your awesomeness is in a different level. And after that, you go on to the last step. Develop trust in the moment.
I know, right?
Develop trust in the moment. Throughout these practices, develop a trust that you'll be okay. Say to yourself, this is the right path, because you have already found the things that's tripping on you, and you are learning on how to work with them, and you are using it as a skill, as an opportunity to build new skills.
So that does it for today's
topic. So we are going to be giving you some advices. Pieces of advice. First, always learn to be content and appreciative of what you have, so that you can be secure with yourself. And don't always believe what you see on the media. Some are very, very fake.
Yeah, don't be intrigued by them, because it will not help you at all. Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye. We love you.
Mwah.